Have you ever spent months of your life looking for something you just can't seem to find anywhere? A specific item, and you go from store to store looking for it, and it's just nowhere to be found. And then you finally do. And it just feels like a wave of euphoria washes over you. The catharsis just leaves your body as this story finally comes to a close. Hi, I'm Dees, and today I just wanted to talk about this little guy right here. So before I get into that, I just want to do my daily reminders to drink some water, touch some grass, take a deep breath, Life isn't so serious all the time. And life doesn't always have to be a grand story. So if you're watching this expecting something crazy, it's not going to blow your socks off. It's not going to blow your mind. It's just a fun little poetic story to me, and I feel like sharing it. So you may look at this Ninetails plush and think, yeah, it's just a Ninetails plush. But to me, it perfectly wraps up a trip abroad that changed my life forever. So in 2016, I studied abroad in Japan. It was, again, like I said, a life-changing experience. I'm glad that I did it. It was filled to the brim with tons of other stories. So if you feel like hearing those, just comment below. Let me know that you're interested, and I've got tons of them. I also made a lot of new friends and had so many new novel experiences. It was great. And you may or may not be aware that Pokemon centers are a very real thing in Japan. It might not be what you think they are. It's literally just a store where they sell overpriced trinkets, plushes, toys, clothing, and they all have the Pokemon stamp of approval. But it's still pretty cool. It's a nice novelty, and they are all over the place. On a tangentially related note, my favorite animal happens to be foxes, so you might not be surprised to know that my favorite Pokemon? Ninetails. So every time I saw a Pokemon Center, I made it my mission to walk through and see if I could find a Ninetails plush. It's the only thing I wanted, and store after store after store, they never had it. And the more stores I went to, the more I was thinking, I need to have this Ninetails plush. And you may be thinking, can't you just buy one online? I'm sure they're available. And it's like, yeah, but what's the fun in that? It's about the thrill of the hunt, the adventure. Come on, you know how it is. But I was always so surprised to see that they just don't have any. I think Ninetails is very marketable. Yeah, sure, it's my favorite Pokemon, so maybe that's just wishful thinking, but come on, 9 fluffy tails? Is that not perfection? You get real, people, come on. But nonetheless, after countless stores and an entire semester of searching, I just could never find one, and at a certain point, I was ready to throw in the towel. The trip's coming to a close. I don't think it's gonna happen, and I'm fine with that, I tried. Again, not everything needs to be a story. Sometimes you try something, it just doesn't work out, and you move on with your life. It's okay. That was until my final day in Japan. The last day, literally minutes before I'm about to leave forever. I'm in the airport, walking to my gate. At this point, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just ready to go home, I don't want to go home. I loved it there, but all good things must come to an end at some point. But then I see one last Pokemon Center, and I think, you know what? What the hell? I got a few minutes to spare. I can go in real quick. And wouldn't you know it, there it is. The Ninetails that I've been searching for months. Up and down the coast of Japan. I'm talking Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, Tokyo. I didn't go all over the place. I went to a few different places, okay? I went up and down. Maybe not everywhere, but I always tried to go to the Pokemon centers when I saw them, and that became something that I wanted to find. And it just blows my mind. The final I was ready to throw in the towel. I was convinced that it just wasn't going to happen. I had no reason to believe that at this last one they would have it there. And there it was. So again, you might look at this and just see a Ninetails plush, but to me, it's a perfect bow on a trip that changed my life forever, and every time I look at it, it reminds me of that. It reminds me of the new friends, the new experiences. And I don't know, I just think that's a little cool. So do you guys have any experiences like that? Any trips abroad that you'd like to share? Feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'd love to read them. And again, I have a lot more stories from Japan that I'd love to share. If anyone's interested, just let me know. And feel free to subscribe if you're interested. Thanks. Bye.